What am I doing? It's 9 o'clock and I have to go to work in an hour. Here I am, filming a podcast. It's fine. We'll be done in time, I hope. Good morning. Welcome back to the corner. My name is Leigh. We're a little crooked. Man, this background just gets more and more empty every week. Or every time. I have not been filming every week. It has been, I think, a month since I filmed last. Oh boy, it's just a mess over here. Just ignore this. Ignore this. Ooh, a little tickle in my throat. Did I say my name? I can't remember. My name is Leigh, and I am a crafter here in Pittsburgh, PA, in the United States. And this is a primarily knitting podcast. We also talk about crochet, cross stitch, and sewing sometimes. And I have a little bit of, I bit my tongue. So I have a sore tongue and it may affect my speaking ability today. I am filming this the day before we leave to go on vacation, which means that I won't be editing and uploading this until I get back from vacation. So I'm back home. Don't try to rob me. I have some finished objects to talk to you about today. I have all knitting. It's all knitting today. And I have some new cast-ons, I have some acquisitions. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna try to get through this in an hour. Cross your fingers for me. It's been a minute since I talked to you last. I have been so busy. I worked a ton for like a stretch of time. I was going to work like every day. And then my friend came into town and I wasn't able to edit the last episode until like a month after I'd filmed it. At least a couple of few weeks. I can't remember. But I do remember that when I was editing it, I had like said things like, oh, well, have fun at Rhinebeck, and Rhinebeck's way over, and was talking about the MCAL, which is way over, and you know, it is what it is. Let's talk about finished objects. I have also been doing this thing for the past, I'm on day 6 now, so almost a week. I have been drinking only water in the morning and no coffee. And it has been interesting. We are experimenting for many reasons, but mostly that's a lie. Not many reasons. For one big reason, and that is my hormones. So I apologize if I seem any more or less on top of it today. It is 9 in the morning. Finished objects. I have several. Some of them are still in bags. I have not even removed them from bags. But let's start with the ones that are not in bags, or at least one of them. I finished Brad's Freddy Krueger socks. The lighting is atrocious this morning because it is November, 9 in the morning, and the sun is not fully out yet. So I am working with what I got. But I have Brad's Freddy Krueger socks finished. They turned out so cute. I love this yarn. It is a Nomadic Yarns self-striping. The colorway is called I'm Your Boyfriend Now, Nancy, and it is based off of Freddy Krueger. It's got his like stripes from a shirt, and then these really fun stripes of like really bright green and black. And I didn't use any contrast colors. I just used the self-striping, and I did 25 rounds, I believe, of 2x2 cuff, which I think I may be stopping. Like, I may quit doing 2x2s for Brad specifically. He stretches his cuffs out so bad, so I think I'm gonna switch to 1x1 for him. 2x2 and then vanilla for the rest of the sock. I did a fish lips kiss heel as always, and I did 68 stitches instead of 64 for his slightly wider foot. First FO. They smell really good, which is weird because I haven't washed them yet. Next finished object is in my Headless Horseman bag that I made, and I finished my other pair of Halloween socks. I cleared 4 knitting needles, or 4 sock needles over the past couple weeks. Feels very good. I finished my Ex Libris. They're my Halloween socks. I cannot remember the name of this yarn. I didn't I didn't even, Nightbreed. Oh my gosh, the only reason I remember that is because I just edited my last episode and I showed you the tag in my last episode. That's the only reason. I literally haven't thought about the name of this since I cast them on. I just saw the color, I ordered them, and I started socks. Nightbreed. This is from Rita of Ex Libris Fibers on her Soul Knit base, which is her 75/25 Superwash Merino Nylon blend. And they pulled super interesting. They pulled differently. So these are very different looking socks. It's so cool. I love how these turned out. I do not mind having mismatched socks. I mean, they still match. They're the same yarn, but they don't need to look exactly the same. I do not mind that at all. I think it gives it this really cool tie-dye look. And I did use a pattern for these. I used my Bond Weave sock pattern, which is just a textured sock pattern with a fun, like woven type, like interesting, like woven cuff. And I love these. These are for me. So I did the size medium, which is 64 stitches. Oh, I modified it to have a fish lips kiss heel instead of a German short row because I put German short row heels in my patterns, but I highly recommend you substitute your heel of choice, especially if it's a different short row heel. It is great and super easy to do. And that's my second FO. I have more. I have two more. The third FO I have is in this pink floral woodsy and wild bag, and this is a lingering whip. This was a lingering whip. These are now finished. Apparently I didn't weave in the ends though. Classic. Is anyone surprised? No. But I finished my after hours socks. Amazing. I wasn't actually planning on finishing these. It wasn't in the cards. I just started and finished, and it was like over 2 evenings, and I was like, okay, I'm so glad these are done. I started these on like the first of, no, these were a summer sock camp cast on at the beginning of summer sock camp, and they have been lingering for that long. But they're both done. They're not washed and blocked, so they look kind of goofy, but they are this eyelet texture. And if you saw my last episode of me talking about my sweater with the eyelet sleeve that I've been struggling with, I think I should just give up on doing eyelet textures on things. It takes me forever. It's just not that fun for me. They're actually both the same designer, so these will be like, matching to my sweater. And I love Lily Kate France. Like, I love her patterns. I just don't think eyelet texture, all over eyelet texture is for me. By the way, this pattern is by Lily Kate France, the After Hours socks. And they have a beautiful short row heel construction. They're just cute. They're cute little guys, and they're done. The yarn is Essence of Autumn. I have the tag in the bag. Look at me. Oh, throwing it. Essence of Autumn, and this is the Prairie sock base, which is an 80% merino, superwash merino, 20% nylon, and it is called the Pearl of Cortez. I knit these in tandem, so when I finished these, I freed up 2 pairs of sock needles at the same time. I did like the cuff and then the cuff, and then the leg and then the leg, and then the heel, and then I did like, I just like bounced back and forth for the foot because by then I was struggling. So yeah, 2 pairs of needles free from this one, which is very exciting because I have a lot of gift knitting to do. I will get into that in whips. So those are done also. I'm gonna clean out some bags. I gotta finish cleaning my studio. I have one more FO to show you, and this one is super exciting. I finished, it looks so good. It is a very open v-neck, so you can see, unfortunately, like my little ends woven in here, but you can't see those when it's on. You can only see it when I'm holding it up like this. But it is done, it is washed, it is blocked, I'm in love with this. It was fun to knit. It wasn't the most fun to knit because intarsia really breaks up, you know, your stripes. But it was fun to knit. It was an enjoyable knit, and it fits perfectly. This yarn ended up draping beautifully. It's been folded, so it's got a little bit of a wrinkle there. I don't know. I just love it. I love it so much. I really need, now that it's cold, I can't wear it by itself, or I mean, I would wear it by itself if it was warm, but I need to get something to wear under it so that I can wear it. So this is the Slanty Stripes, I think it's just called the Slanty Stripes, by Emily Curtis, the designer of Stripey Turtle Tank fame. I thought I had like some ribbing to do after I finished the front, but it turns out that both the neck and the armholes are I-cord bind off finishes. So it ended up going way faster than I thought it would. We have tidy little I-cords on all of it, except the bottom does have ribbing. And I did opt to do a little split hem on the ribbing, which was super easy to do because the front and back are knit flat and then seamed on the sides. So you just seam from here to here instead of from here to here. And I knit the size 4 and it fits me perfectly. I used a superwash yarn for the colored stripes, so I think that gave me a little bit of like wiggle here, but it's like, it's not fitted on me. It is nice and like drapey and cute. The main color I used is Brooklyn Tweed Peary, which is discontinued now, RIP, in the color Hickory, which is a true brown. And all my contrast colors were a mini skein set from Little Lionhead Knits. And like I said, I knit the size 4, and I still had plenty of the contrast colors left to have gone up a size or 2 or 3 maybe. So a mini skein set, like a 5-color mini skein set, perfect for this. Perfect. And I think I used 3, like 2 in a piece of skeins of Peary for the main color, which are 50-gram skeins. So it would be 1 mini skein set and possibly 1 generous skein of fingering weight, or 2 if you want to be safe, depending on the size you're making. I love this. I have been so pleased with the garments I've been finishing lately, like the Moon Crush pullover and this. I've been wearing my Moon Crush pullover. I've been wearing all the time. This I still need sleeves to wear under it, but I want to wear this. It's so comfy. And I did not modify the pattern at all. That's it for FOs. Sometimes it's a little bit hard for me to keep track of what I've shown you between filming sessions, but having just edited an episode last night made it pretty easy today. Whips. Let's talk about, we'll do the normal thing where we talk about whips that you've seen before first. First whip. We're sock heavy again today. You know, I was struggling with the sock mojo for a while, but it's gift knitting time. Like, I need to get cranking on gift knits. So we have some gift knit cast-ons today, and that's okay. I also have a new garment to show you that I don't know if you've seen because I didn't show it in my last episode. No, you have seen it. I didn't show it in my last episode, but you have seen it before, so never mind about that. Start over. All right, first whip is in this drawstring bag that I made. And these are my brother's Christmas socks, or at least one pair of his Christmas socks. I would like to knit him 2. And you have seen these before. They are so dark, this yarn. They are this brown. My camera's struggling in this light, y'all. Try to give it a little more light. Oh, you can see a little bit more. I have been working, pause real quick. I have been working on my like little library of vintage knitting and crochet books and stuff. Maybe I'll show you a little bit of that at the end of the episode because there are some really exciting ones in there. Anyways, I'm trying to, I turn the camera a little bit so that hopefully it gets more light into the lens. But these are my brother's socks. They are this brown color on the cuff, heel, and toe. And then the main color is this really interesting variegated. And I finished the first sock. This yarn is called Wildfoot Hand Paint Luxury Sock Yarn. I am using the color Stony Creek, which is the brown. This is what the tag looks like. Stony Creek is the brown, and Handsome Hiker is the variegated color. She's trying her best, y'all. There we go. And I have started the second sock, and I am not finished with the cuff yet. I've been taking this one to work on there during my lunch breaks, and I probably need to keep doing that because I took a different pair of socks on my lunch break the other day, and oops, I'm just not really that motivated to work on these at home when I have the world at my fingertips. But yeah, that's those. I am doing just a basic sock. I did a 2x2 cuff, and I did a 3x1 broken rib for the texture of the sock. Just really simple, just to give them a little bit more suction. But I also did these 64 stitches instead of 68. In the past, I have knit my brother the same size socks as I've knit Brad. But I think my brother's foot is actually a little bit smaller than Brad's. So I did these 64 stitches, and I think it should be okay. It should be fine, right? Next whip is one you have not seen in a very long time, but if you've been here, you may have seen it before at some point. I pulled out a Christmas whip. I pulled out a hibernating Christmas project. I believe I cast these on in July, like a Christmas in July kind of thing. But then it became Halloween and getting closer to Halloween and stuff, and I lost steam on these. But they are in a Mountain State Stitches bag, like my favorite Christmas bag. And these are my Comfort and Joy socks. I love them so much. These are a pattern by, I don't remember, let's see, This Handmade Life. I don't know her actual name, but this is a pattern by This Handmade Life, and it is just a helical striped sock with a strong heel and this little bit of color work at the top. Now, it was designed to be red, white, and green, and I chose 2 greens and a gray to make it a little less Christmassy, a little more just like, it's more like mistletoe this way, I think, but a little less obviously Christmas. I just really like this color combo, and I picked these up the other day, and I had just finished the heel, so I have knit a couple of inches past the heel now. And these are fun. I like these. I like that all the hard stuff is at the beginning, and then you don't have to worry about any of it later. No, I don't have them in here, but these are my 3 colors. They are a superwash sock yarn, but not a merino. They are very rustic feeling. I would have guessed that they weren't superwash. But this is the John Arbin Textiles Exmoor sock 4-ply, which is a 60% Exmoor Blueface superwash, 20% Corriedale superwash, 10% Zorbles non-superwash, and 10% nylon. And the colors I'm using are Mizzle, Aggie, and I don't have my 3rd tag because the dog took it the other day and chewed on it. Mizzle, Aggie, I think it starts with an H, the 3rd color. But do not ask me which one's which, because I don't know. I have no idea which one's which. But those are my 3 colors. I do have a project page for these, so if you want to go check it out, you can see what colors I'm using there. Next whip. Oh, you've seen these before. In my little coffee bag, now that I'm not drinking coffee in the morning, I have my K-Drama Yarn Club socks from Bumblebee Acres. And this is the first one that I believe was finished last time you saw this finished. Yes, this was finished, but I hadn't started the second one. So this is Hometown Cha 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 is the name of the yarn and also the K-drama it's based off of. And this is the Bumblebee Acres Coquette sock base, and it was a sock set with this blue as the little contrast color. Coquette is a 75% Corriedale, 25% nylon blend, I believe. And I think it's closer to a sport weight. So I have been knitting these on size 1.5 needles, and I've been doing 60 stitches instead of 64. And I love it. It goes faster and it's just a nice fabric. I did start the second sock since I saw you last, and I have gotten a good ways. I'm past the heel. So I am on my way to finishing this pair as well. I'm trying to crank through some of these. I mean, as you saw, I was a bit on a finishing spree here, but I'm trying to crank through some of these so that I can focus on Christmas knitting. Gifts. Oh, I have a really cute little progress keeper here. I think this is from Sucre Sucre Miniatures. A little donut. Oh, I didn't show you the progress keeper on my Comfort and Joy socks. That one's from Lock and Lou. I got my white poinsettia here. So cute. I love Lock and Lou's progress keepers. That's that one. I have 2 more pairs of socks to show you. We're doing great today. Next pair is in my octopus bag from Woodsy and Wild. And in here I have a Christmas knit. Finally got my second Christmas knit on the needles. And this is a pair of socks for my mother. And these are just vanilla socks. I'm doing true vanilla. I did a 1x1 cuff and a Fish Lips Kiss heel. I am doing these 60 stitches instead of, no, I always do 60 stitches for my mother. I'm doing double pointed needles. These are a US 1.5. I should have done 56 stitches instead of 60 on a 1.5 for my mother. She has a pretty small foot, but hopefully they'll be okay. But look how cute this yarn is. I think it's adorable. This is a wool-free yarn. It is from Gadifra, or Gadifra, however you pronounce it. It's Italian, so I don't know. Lana Mia Coton, a cotton sock yarn. It is 90% cotton and 10% polyester. You can do it. I believe in you. There we go. And the color is 02316. Ah, there's a name. Jade Coral. Now I'm all nervous about knitting these 60 stitches instead of 56. Let me try this on. Because if it fits me, it's going to be too big for her. Nope, it fits me. Dang, these fit me. Shit. All right, I'm gonna have to think about this because I've gotten so far on this sock. Darn it! My progress keeper on here is a strawberry milk progress keeper from my dear Rochelle of Sassafras Knits. I bought it from her when she was here visiting / doing a pop-up. Oh gosh. Ooh. And that's that. That is the first sock. I have not started a second sock yet. I only have 1 more pair of socks. Only 1 more pair of socks. I know. And these are in my another drawstring bag I made myself. This one is a Liberty of London fabric, and it is so cute. And these are for my sister for Christmas. Now these are I put 2 needles in the bag because I was going to work on these in tandem, but I got this far on the sock. I think I might rip these out and do these DK weight. I'm pretty sure I will. I am not very far, and I just think it will be, I already have the balls split into 2 50-gram balls because I wanted to do them in tandem, but I think instead I'm going to use the 2 balls to hold the yarn double and do these DK weight. So I will be ripping these out and starting these over, but they're so cute, and I did want to mention that I had started them These are a yarn from Craft Me Not Yarn Co. from a collaboration that she did back in the day with Rochelle of Sassafras Knits, and it is supposed to be, I don't have the tag. Is the tag not in here? I don't have the tag in here. It looks like a bird egg. I can't remember what the yarn is called though. And that's that. Last whip. Only one more. We're so close. I got this like horn today. My hair has been unpredictable. In my town bag that I made myself. I love this bag so much. We have my birch pullover. Yes, my birch pullover. I have 2 balls of yarn attached to it, which is great. And I have been slowly but steady working on this. I knew this was going to be a long-term kind of thing. This is not, it's an entirely half fisherman's rib sweater, fingering weight on size 2.5 needles. So it's going slowly but surely. I have actually done a few inches since you saw it last. Like I probably have done like this much, but it's really hard to tell. I am getting pretty close, I think, to the armhole split. Let me see. I'm supposed to do 9 increases and I am on, I just finished 6. I just finished 7 of 9 increases for the yoke before the armhole split. So we're getting there. I'm just trucking along on this. I just attached a second ball of yarn because I was getting pretty close to finishing my first ball of yarn. So I started alternating rows to like fade them together just in case there was a difference in the skein because they are hand-dyed yarn. This is hand-dyed yarn. It is from Less Traveled Yarn, who I believe is not dyeing again or dyeing anymore. And it is the color Mugwort. And this is one of the 3 colors, or one of the 4 colors I used in my MCAL that you saw in the last episode. I ordered a sweater quantity of this color plus an extra skein for a shawl. So this is that exact same color. And I love how it looks. This is going to be, I love how it feels. It's so soft. This is going to be a very nice, like, I want this to be a comfortable sweater to wear. Just like a nice, comfortable length, not super cropped, not super long, just everyday kind of sweater. That's what I want from this. So yeah, I'm just taking my time and enjoying this. I am enjoying this. I love Half Fisherman's Rib. I think it's very meditative. It is just easy enough that I don't really have to think about it, but just interesting enough that I'm not just knitting stockinette for an eternity. Yeah, that's how that's going. I am knitting the size 4, maybe 5. I can't remember. Oh, the pattern is in here. Okay, hold on. 1, 2. I'm knitting the size 4 for this, and I'm using superwash yarn, so I expect it to grow a bit. So far, I have not modified the pattern at all, though. So, all right, kicked you. All that's left is acquisitions, and maybe I'll show you a couple of my fun new little things. I don't have a whole lot of life update stuff except that we're going out of town and I quit coffee in the morning, so we'll skip that today since it's still early in my process in this experiment. Next episode I will update you on how the no coffee thing goes. Acquisitions. I got my Halloween countdown from Rita of Ex Libris Fibers. I think I had it last episode, but I didn't tell you about it. But I have it now. I've opened it all. It's over. The Halloween countdown is over. Halloween is over. And I also have my other acquisitions. I also have my other acquisitions in this box. So, first acquisition is, excuse me, not one I bought. One of our volunteers at work, who is also a friend, she went to Rhinebeck and does not knit, but bought sock yarn so that I would knit her a pair of socks. And this is the yarn. She bought 3 skeins of sock yarn, but started with 1, only gave me 1 to start with, to knit her a pair of socks. And this is the yarn she picked, and I love it. It is from Dachshund Daddy. This is the tag, the label. I had not heard of this dyer before, but this is so cute. So I went and followed them online on Instagram. So Dachshund Daddy Knits, and it is this really cute, it's called Root Beer Float, but it's like brown with like black and white speckles. It looks like a dog. She said it was self-striping, but it definitely looks like a micro stripe to me. So that is what I will be using to knit her a pair of socks. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Sinuses are burning. Face is all red. So that's the first thing. Not one I purchased, but one that I will be knitting with anyway. Here very soon. I also have a skein of yarn that I bought from work because someone donated a bunch of really beautiful hand-dyed yarn. And I bought a skein from Hickory Lane. No, that's not the name. I bought a skein from, I can't remember, but it's on my Swift over there. It arrived tangled. It was a tangled mess. So I'm currently like slowly working my way through untangling it. So I cannot show you that right now, but I will show you when I start knitting with it because I plan to make my brother, a different brother, a pair of socks with it for Christmas. So other acquisition is my K-Drama Yarn Club for October. So it is not October anymore, so it shouldn't be a spoiler, but this month was Business Proposal, which I watched and I loved. I actually am not ordering the K-Drama Yarn Club for November because it is a K-drama that I started and couldn't get into. So I'm not gonna get it. The last month though, December, is a really good K-drama, so I will be ordering December. This one is Business Proposal, and it's got this like fleshy mini. I got it on the coquette sock base again, as I do. And this really fun, just blue and yellow main color. I love this. I think this would be a really good pair for Brad, maybe? I love it. And I'm gonna show you my Halloween countdown from Ex Libris because I was going to start a project with it and didn't. First things first is the last thing that came in the box, which was on Halloween, and it was a stitch marker, Progress Keeper. And it is a bat and a skull Progress Keeper. Isn't it so cute? Oh my god, I love it. Now that Halloween's over, I can put it up here and use it. And the days we opened them were not the order that they're in the box because she provided also with the countdown a list of the colors in an order that would be a fade, and that's the order they're in the box right now. This countdown is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and these are the minis. She's already posted them online too, so it's not really a surprise. This is the order in a fade where it's like from red to dark gray to light gray. And then the main skein on Halloween was this color called You May Be Next, and that is the end of a perfect day. And I ordered my countdown on the yak sock base. Look at this, it's got really subtle like reds in there. Oh, it's so good. These might have to be a hat. Or this might have to be a hat. Imagine this as a muscle burra for Brad. Oh my goodness. 100 grams, 437 yards. Yak is, the yak base is a 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, 10% nylon base. Oh, now I can't get over this as a muscle burra for Brad. Yes. And then I was going to use all the minis to make a shawl. I brought my information up here because I wanted to discuss with you. But I was trying to decide between a sweater and a shawl for this countdown. And I had ended up deciding to do a shawl. But now I'm torn between which shawl to do. First, I was going to do the Burrafirth shawl. Burrafirth? Burrafirth? That's how it's spelled. It is a Gudrun Johnston shawl. It is a semicircle. And it's just stripes and texture, and it's really cute, really simple, and I should have an easy enough time substituting minis into this. And I have enough just minis to do this whole shawl without using the main skein. Or I have the Shetland Trader book 3 here. I had it here because I was thinking about doing a sweater from it with my countdown, but then decided maybe I want to do, hold please while I find what I'm looking for. There are a couple of really cute shawls in here. This one. Oh no, I lost it. The Vatna. Now I'd have to do some modifying here because the Vatna has like a lot of this main color is used and then stripes of contrast color. I would probably be doing just all stripes of, ooh, imagine this in the fade, like just in the order. Oh my gosh. But I love this like chevron pattern. This is what it looks like opened up. So I love it as it is, but I think it would also be a really good option for me to do my countdown in. So let me know what you think. Do you prefer this one? Just imagine it in all gray and red chevron, or this one? Let me know what you think. I'm not in a hurry at this point since it is now Christmas time, so who knows when I'm gonna start any of that. I should start Brad's Muscle Burrow though, so I can have it done in time for Christmas. Vote below which shawl I should make. That's it for acquisitions. Let's do a little quick chitty chat. I'll do a little show and tell of the vintage goodies I've been getting at work. So if you don't know, I work at a thrift store basically, and it's mostly for arts and craft supplies. So vintage books come in all the time, and magazines and booklets and stuff. I got some really cutie things. I got the Singer Sewing book, and this is a gorgeous old Singer Sewing book from 1949. And it's just chock full of all of the basic things you need to know for sewing. And it's got color images in it. It's really great. I also got, they're kind of mixed in because I've been accumulating vintage books and booklets for a while. I got this pattern for this actually shouldn't be here. This is a sewing pattern, but it's in like booklet form. This is Folkwear, the Bethany dress. And look at that. So I got that. I don't even know when this was. 1977. It's mostly just beautiful. I got this, oh, a sticker. I got Margaret Tetchy's Old English Quilt Pattern 1933. And this is a quilt pattern that was published, a block was published in the newspaper every week. And so every week you would do a block of the quilt, and then at the end it gave you like assembly instructions. And this is every single newspaper cutout of every quilt block. So I would like to make this 1933 newspaper quilt. 1933, and it's all the little newspaper clippings. This is incredible. What a good find. I'm obsessed. I got this really cute little begin to knit booklet, which I don't need, like I know how to knit, but it's so cute. This one is from the 50s. It doesn't have an exact date because it's just a little booklet, but like look at the illustrations on it. So cute. I got, did I show you this? I got this Vogue knitting from 1986, and there's like 4 patterns in here that I want to make. So let me know if you're excited about that, because if you're excited about it, I might start it sooner and we can do maybe a little like project vlog kind of thing on some of these vintage patterns. Knitting a vintage sweater from a Vogue knitting magazine. 1986, I love it. That's like my favorite time period for sweaters. I just want everything to, all my sweaters to be big and dramatic and over leggings. I got a little booklet of flower loom projects, which is great because last episode you saw I bought a flower loom, and so I saw this come in and I had to have it. It's in pristine condition from 1971, so the same year that my flower loom is from. And it's just a bunch of little projects. Like, there are ornaments. This page really sold me. This blanket and these pillows. I also got, ooh, these smell interesting. I got a series of, not you, of booklets on edgings. And these are all crochet edgings. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And the newest one is from, let me just read off all the years for you. This one is the only one that has like a full color photograph cover. This one is from 1937. This one, edgings. I don't need this many booklets on edgings, vintage edgings, but you know, whatever. This one is from 1939. This one is from 1942. This one is from also 1942. We're getting a little bit, the paper feels a little bit thinner in these two because the war starts. And then these two look the oldest. This one is from, I don't know when this one is from, but these two feel like they're probably about from the same time period, and I'm pretty sure one of them has a year on it. So this one doesn't have a date on it, but it seems to be about the same age as this one. And this one is from 1915. So we have some early 1900s, very early 1900s booklets as well, which is so fun. I also got this magazine, which is from 1943, Columbia magazine. Hand knits, and it's a lot of vests. It's got really, really gorgeous vests in here. Y'all tag Engineering Knits, let her know. I got some shit for her. But yeah, it is gorgeous in here. I love it. The only other one I have here, why did I get this? What is this even from? I don't remember why I got this one. And I don't know what year. I think this is from the 70s. November, December. Montricot magazine. Pretty sure it's from the 70s. Late 70s probably. But there's, oh, this is why I got this. Oh, look at this knit skirt. That's why I got this. I think I want to make this. It was very simple. The pattern looked very simple. So I think I might knit myself a skirt. Yeah, there are some cute things in here. And that's a little tour through all of the little goodies. I've been accumulating these for months. And I haven't been showing you in acquisitions because I just pick up like 1 or 2 things here and there, and it just is, it's just a thing, you know? So thank you so much for joining me on my tour of my goodies. I am working on a library of vintage fiber craft books and booklets. Books, booklets, and magazines. That's it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's nice to sit and talk to you again. I will see you in a couple of weeks after I get back from vacation. I get this video up. Maybe my life will slow down a little bit. It always tends to slow down a bit in the winter months. We will see if I get another episode out to you before December 1st. I will do my best, first of all, but I am trying really hard to plan, like figure out the best way to make sure I can do Vlogmas this year, because I really want to do Vlogmas this year. I did it last year and I loved it, but I also was working from home last year. So we will see. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love y'all. I love y'all. Thanks for being here. Every time I upload a video, we get a little bit closer together. And I will see y'all next time.